What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends. There's a lot going on in the game right now. It's been a very busy week in Raid, so I thought we'd just do kind of a little catch up today, go over some of the new stuff that is going on with the game. Probably going to be kind of a short video. I did kind of pull a muscle around one of my ribs this week working out, and so it's difficult to talk and breathe heavily for a long time, so bear with me if I do sound a little distressed at certain points, but it's pretty uncomfortable. It doesn't feel very good right now. But let me start off by saying something that was not included in the big news drop that we got today. There actually is going to be a 10x event in the portal this weekend, and it's going to be for some pretty amazing champions. Normally I don't pull on 10x because the chances are still pretty low, but there are going to be some champions I'm actually interested in for this 10x. But the 10x this weekend will be for Sathalia, Duchess Lotu, Blind Seer, Maneater, Maneater, which I know is the one all of you are probably looking for if you're trying to make one of those unkillable comps. That's going to probably be the highlight that's going to make Plarium a lot of money this week on Void Shards. Skytouch Shaman, Quargan the Crowned, and Achak the Wendrin. The last two there have a little bit of utility in the Spider Dungeon, which is going to be very important for something we got in this update today. It was update 4.2, the new patch, which should have been updated on your game at some point today, and you should be able to play the new patch. But just to kind of give you the heads up, there is a 10x this weekend. They didn't mention that in the news, I don't think. They probably got forgot, with all the other stuff going on. But let's go ahead and just jump right into the news here. We got the couple other things too. We got the silver cost reduction that is going on until June 7th. Having the amount of silver it takes to remove or swap artifacts and accessories. So if you pull an artifact off, for example, a 6-star, it usually would cost 100,000 silver just to pull it off your champion, and now it will only cost you 50,000. I think they could have gone a little bit lower with that, but it's still nice that they're doing that. At least for a month you have to re-gear some champions if you want. But we do have the new update to version 4.2. There's 183 new progress missions, which we'll go over in just a minute. This is basically a new set of Arbiter missions for people that have been playing the game for a long time and that have already picked up Arbiter. Don't get too concerned about this if you're a newer player, if you're someone that's only playing the game for 3 or 4 months. This is not something really that you need to be concerned with. I've seen a lot of people getting upset by this, like, oh, I can't start doing these yet. And it's like, it's kind of why that's been designed that way. It's kind of content for people that have been playing the game for a while, who are sort of at the end, who don't have much to do, and now they have some more progress missions that they can start working on. They're a little bit more difficult too than the Arbiter missions from what I've seen so far. And there will be another new champion at the very end of this that will only be able to be picked up from doing these missions, and that's Ramantu Drake's Blood, who we'll take a little bit of a look at here in just a minute. He's got some new buffs and debuffs and things. They've changed some names of some skills due to him, but we'll take a look at that here in just a second. The big thing is they did bring in the new dungeons. You now have 16 through 20 in the potion keeps. Minotaur did not get an upgrade, and then the main dungeons all went from 21 to 25, and we'll take a look at that here in just a minute. Also, you've got the champion AI fixes for all these champions you can see here: Siphi, Tyrant, Shatterbones, Syl, War Mother, Mountain King, etc., etc. There's Void Champion rebalance that also went through, so some of your Void Champions may have been changed. I know a lot of people were looking forward to Visix, her changes, since she is a free-to-play Void Legendary that you do get as your last login champion reward. But you can go ahead and read through all these on the update. I'm not going to go through every one of them individually, it just would take too long. And like I said, I'm trying to make this video not go too long today, since it doesn't feel very good to talk right now. But you can kind of see here all the different changes that have gone through. As we get down through the bottom here, there are quite a few of them that have gone through, and then they've supposedly fixed the bug where you can scroll up and down in your champion roster and it would kick it back up to the top over and over and over again, and just some general other items that are going on there. So big new update in the game. 10x coming this weekend for some pretty cool champions. We've got clan versus clan going on right now. We'll touch on that here in just a minute. And you can come down here at the bottom now and see that they've added in the new progress missions. There's 3 new sets of them, 60, 61, and 62 here. I've already worked my way up to this one, which is earned 10,000 points in events. This is basically the events that appear on the right side of your sidebar over here, like the tournaments and the events and things. You get points for doing those. So as you accumulate those points, you will get points toward finishing the progress mission. But these are a whole new set of missions now. You've got craft rank 5 items in the forge. You've got go into the tag team arena, clearing the nightmare campaign, earning 3 stars on the nightmare campaign, using 20 glyphs, clearing sacred order faction crypts. So this is like a whole brand new set that's designed more so for the mid-late to late game, where you're going to be going into those later stages of faction wars. You're going to be getting artifacts to forge the 5 and 6 star pieces. You're going to be going into the Doom Tower. You'll notice here that you have to beat the 20th floor normal Doom Tower boss. The first one I did was beat the 10th floor normal Doom Tower boss. And so the rewards are also going to give you crafting materials. These core hammers are very important. They'll help you make that swift parry set that everyone is using in upper level arena right now. And you notice some of these are already completed, and they're going to be retroactive. So as soon as you get to them, they're already done. Reach bronze 2 in tag team arena. We've already got that done. That's a void shard. Some of these are going to be pretty difficult. I've been playing the game for almost 10 months now, and I'm just now getting into silver 3v3 arena because it takes a long time to be able to build a roster for 3v3 that you can actually use to get out of bronze. Bronze is very difficult to get out of in 3v3. You see here Fuse Rosin Scarhide. So just kind of give you an example, there's a tournament one. You can earn 10,000 points in tournaments, clear high elves, beat Doom Tower stage 30, so on and so forth. You can see here upgrade 3 Great Hall bonuses to level 10. So originally we had to do 1 for the Arbiter. I've got 2 of those at 10 already, so we got to do 1 more. Just clear Dark Elves. I mean, just going on through here. Bronze 3 in Tag Team Arena. So you can see these are going to be much more difficult than the current set that you need to get Arbiter. And since this new champion is only going to come from this event, you can't get him out of shards. You are going to have to go through and do these. You see floor 60 in Doom Tower. Get 10 max substat upgrades using rank 5 or higher glyphs. That's going to be freaking impossible with how bad glyphs roll. So these are definitely later game missions. And like I said, if you're a newer player, you're only in the game a couple months, don't worry about these too much yet. It's not something you really need to be focused on or concerned about at this point in your account. 15,000 gold bars at the bazaar. I mean, you can just come through here and see all this. Reach silver 1 in tag team arena, and it's just crazy. Defeat 500 champions in tag team arena, and that's going to be toward the end here. Tier 6 mastery on 10 champions. So you can see all this is basically designed around when your account's developing, when it's getting a little bit better there, and that's going to give you, once you complete all those, this new Ramantu Drake's Blood Legendary Lizardmen. He looks pretty cool, kind of like a dragon. You got the wings like Astrolon has, sort of. So kind of a cool looking champion. His kit really quick, you've got cooldown increased skills. You've got some interesting things. Decreased defense, weaken, decreased speed, lots of debuffs, attack all enemies here, remove all buffs, block skills. He's got a pretty cool kit. He's going to be a very coveted legendary, and there are going to be a lot of people running through this, trying to finish this really, really quickly. Increase ally accuracy in all battles by 80. That's going to be pretty good. That might see some play in the arena. But yeah, pretty cool looking champion. Like I said, if you guys want to take a look at his kit more in depth, you can definitely go in and take a look at it there in your index. We just kind of going to cover all the stuff that's going on right now real quick, so I'm not trying to make this super long, but let's go into battle now, and we can go ahead and take a look at the dungeons. Now, I was able to play a little bit earlier today. We had the Arcane Keep. Obviously, that's always open, so you can see now we've got 16 through 20. I've already gone through and cleared all these. They weren't really that much more difficult than what we already had open at stage 15. It's just you can see the clear times are a little bit longer. They've basically made this sort of a gear check. The enemies have a lot more HP. They do a lot more damage. They have a little bit higher resistance. So it's basically, how good is your gear? How good are your champions? Are you able to go in and survive and also do enough damage to take them down pretty quick? The new passives are not active on the keep bosses, so they still go down pretty fast to like Septimus and Coldheart, etc. So you can definitely still use those champions. Unlike a lot of what was been thrown out the last week or so, no one was nerfed. Bosses in the dungeons got a new passive. It didn't actually change anything with your champions. It's just that your champions' abilities interact a little bit differently with those bosses. Some might say it's an indirect nerf, but a lot of people were saying, oh, these champions got nerfed, and then a lot of people were really upset by that, but nothing has actually been nerfed with any champion with regard to that. It's just that there's a new skill the boss has that kind of interacts with that in a little bit of a different way, but those passives were not brought into the potion keeps, so you don't really have to worry about anything there. Spirit Keep also open today. You can see we went in there, and it took us a little bit longer on stage 20, but I was kind of running this in the background while I was at work. I wasn't really focusing too much on team compositions. I just put something in there to see if we could get through it and get it unlocked. Later on we'll come back in and try to figure out what we want to do in terms of getting a faster team down. Now, I will tell you, unfortunately, you still can get brews that drop in stage 20, but you can get a lot of the big potions. I think the one time I went in there, it dropped me 4 at once, so that was pretty cool. Now, the information on this has been data mined on the drop rates. I'm not going to share that here because, Plarium has actually specifically asked us content creators to not share data mined information. I know it's silly, but I play by the rules. And so I'm not, you can find that information if you go look hard enough for it. It's not that difficult, but it's not something I'm really going to share here. I'm not really interested in doing that kind of stuff anyways. This channel is not really about news and drop rates and stuff like that. It's just more about more creative content, doing free-to-play stuff, champion spotlights once in a while, but the information's out there if you want to go get it. I'm not going to share it because I've been asked politely not to by the company I have a contract with, so I kind of keep that, or not really a contract, but an NDA and some other agreements we signed for the content creator program. So I like to keep that stuff nice and kosher. So that's what we're going to do with that there. Now, Minotaur did not get changed out. Ice Golem, Spider's Den, Dragon's Lair, Fire Knight all have the new levels increased out. You can see here, Ice Golem is like my worst dungeon to begin with, but I just went ahead and tried stage 21 just to see. Kind of a crappy time there. We'll work on that later. Spider I haven't actually gone into. I don't think it tried yet. Yeah, we haven't even had a chance to try Spider yet. Dragon and Fire Knight I did complete all the way through stage 20. Again, I had just put a team in the background, so we'll get these times down later. I gotta be quite honest, I'm probably not going to be spending much time farming these because it's really not that great, and you can still get rare 5-star drops for completing stage 25. Now, if you want to do this over the long term and you are someone who's, say, wailing on the game, buying a lot of energy, the drop rates on getting the 6-star and the legendary gear are slightly better. I think in stage 24 actually wound up being the best one from what I've seen. So that's the only advice I can give you guys, is that if you're going to farm one of these stages, go after stage 24 for right now, because that's apparently where the best gear is dropping. But you still can get 5-star rare gear from these later stage dungeons, which in my opinion is kind of stupid. Stage 25, for example, I would have made that 6-star only. Epic and legendary, I would have not even put the rare stuff in there, but they want to keep you playing the game, so that's what they do there. Fire Knight also, you've got all the new stages, and we were able to get down and finish stage 25 as well. So I've been able to go through there and clear most of these. Like I said, we'll have to go in later and work on actually getting some good teams. I just kind of was rolling with what I'd already created for those dungeons, swapping out for affinity here and there, but you can see there we do have all those new dungeons to play. My account is not really in game yet. It's getting close, but I haven't finished Faction Wars yet. I've got a ways to go. I'm about 700 stars, and I'm still able to complete these level 25 dungeons. So you may be able to go in there and do them, even if you're more of a mid-game account. I would not be attempting to try those if you're on like a early game free to play. You've only been playing the game for a couple months. You're probably not even to dungeon 20 yet. So again, this is kind of stuff that's in there for late game players mostly. And hilariously enough, this content was supposed to be for in-game players, kind of like the hard Doom Tower, but we're already seeing a lot of the hard in-game level players getting through these dungeons in under a minute, 30 seconds, even on level 25. So just from what I played in Fire Knight, for example, it did not seem like the passives were really doing that much against like Cold Heart, for example. I run 2 Cold Hearts in Fire Knight though, so I was still getting a good amount of effectiveness out of her turn meter reduction. Allure is still really good there. Lysandra was still really good there, so maybe there was some slight, it wasn't as effective as before, but it's not nearly as bad as I think everyone was really blowing it up and making it out to be. So you know, as usual, the truth kind of lies somewhere more in the middle when it comes to that stuff. But overall, pretty cool new patch. We got a lot of new stuff to do in the game, which is always good, especially for your players who have been in the game a longer amount of time, who kind of probably need some activities to play. So I think the patch is pretty good. I think there's some issues. Like I said, still getting brews on level 20 potion keeps is really silly. And then with the level 25 dungeons still dropping 5-star rare gear, I think that's also kind of silly. But at the end of the day, we did get a lot of new stuff to kind of work on in the game, so that's always pretty cool. And then lastly, let's go ahead and just jump in here. We'll talk about clan versus clan. We are in our second live iteration of clan versus clan. This is the third for some clans because they have done the beta as well. We are winning right now by about 300,000 points, so not too bad. Our clan is not a whale clan. We don't, none of us, you know, in here are going to be paying to win anything, but you know, just kind of wanted to show you guys how it was going here. And it looks like right now we're probably going to get 2 of the new accessories, whatever those happen to roll. My opinion on clan versus clan really hasn't changed much. I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing. I think really for me the most important thing is coming in here and just getting these milestone rewards if you can. You're going to get a bunch of core hammers. I'm really on a core hammer hunt right now because I'm trying to make swift parry gear. I'm trying to move up a little bit higher. I'm kind of top in gold 4 in arena right now. At some point I do want to try to make a push into platinum, and you kind of need this swift parry for your defensive team if you want to have a shot at competing against some of those guys up there. So I've been crafting a lot of swift parry gear and really need these core hammers. But we finished the milestones yesterday, actually, within a couple hours of this actually starting, because you know, our top couple of people were very active. We got through this pretty early on, so that's kind of why I'm doing it. You know, milestones are cool, and then you're going to be playing the game anyways, doing a lot of these activities anyways. So you can see here a lot of our stuff. We've been running Spider quite a bit here, Faction Wars pretty heavily too. I actually just completed my Bannerlords 21 today, so that was kind of cool. We're not doing much Ice Golem. People in our clan don't really like Ice Golem too much, even though there is a tournament going on right now for that. You know, they're beating us in Clan Boss pretty good. We've been doing some gear. We've been making some forge items there. Then you can see here, this is for spending gems, so people really are not spending that many gems down here at tier 1. That's probably different up at the other tiers. Just to kind of give you guys an idea too, we can take a look at the leaderboard. And you know, we're in tier 1. The top clan right now is about 5 million points, which really isn't that high. But if we go up to tier 6, you can see here, this is where all the money's being spent, and all this is going on here. You've got 13 million from the top clan, and I would imagine these numbers are going to go up even more by the end of this. So it'll be interesting to see. Unfortunately, in clan versus clan, the one gripe I will say is the champion objectives, which is basically leveling up your champions. I think it's this one here. It's basically upgrading the champions, ascending champions, upgrading their skills. Legendary books 3,000, epic champion skills 1,000. So this is still a little bit of a problem with the scoring. There's way too much value placed on this. Basically, for this clan versus clan, we knew it was coming in 2 weeks, so I had saved up. I think I had 6 legendary books, and I had about 8 or 9 epic books, and I just saved everything up. And I had been running a lot of 12-3 to do leveling and silver. So I had a bunch of duplicate Diabolists and Hound Spawn from 12-3. I just put them all in the vault. So as soon as Clan vs. Clan went live, I basically came in my vault. I pulled all those duplicate blues out. I used them as books. I used my legendary books to finish booking out one of my Raglins and then my Mortal Macabre. And then I used the epic books to book out my Vogoth. And it was basically like, just from doing that already, I probably had 30 to 40,000 points within about 10 minutes of Clan versus Clan starting. So it seems kind of ridiculous still that that works that way. When it's like you don't even have to do anything. You just save books for a couple weeks and boom, you've already got a ton of points. You've also got the Great Hall having a lot of value here. Kind of the same thing there. My Great Hall has improved quite a bit over the last couple weeks. Knowing Clan vs. Clan was coming, I had saved up almost 2,500 gold medals by the time it came. So I think I was able to I took both of my crit damage here to 7, and then I started working on some of my resistance because I'm starting to build that up a little bit for arena. I probably should have brought this up to 10, but we'll get to that eventually. But I'm trying to help my clan boss here by bringing up these other numbers. You know, we got Seeker, we got Mother Superior on the clan boss team, so my Great Hall's come up quite a bit in the last couple weeks, and just in the last couple days from having all those, I blew over 2,500 medals, bringing up all this stuff. That gave me a ton of points. And so, like I said, within a couple minutes of clan versus clan starting, I had over 40,000 points without even doing anything. And to me, that just seems kind of weird. It's a complaint we've made to Plarium, and they've told us that they don't have enough analytics to adjust the scoring system. Now, I'm going to call them out on that. I think that's complete crap, especially when they do this right here. Let's go into the shop right now. You have a contender pack with 10 epic skill tomes, 10 legendary books for $100, and 5 rank 5 chickens if you want to rank up one of your champions, which also helps you in that scoring system. Their analytics are just fine, but what their analytics show them is people are buying these book packs in droves. And if you remember, during this week leading up to Clan vs. Clan, they had books for sale several times in special packs throughout the week. So they know, especially at the top end, those top end clans where they're getting 13 to 16 million points, those guys are blowing their books. The whales are buying books, and that's what their analytics show. Their analytics show that these book packs are selling extremely well during Clan vs. Clan weeks. So I would not expect them to change the scoring system. So I don't think Clan vs. Clan is going to change much. They didn't change at all from the beta to the first live iteration. It didn't change at all from the first live iteration to this one, despite us giving quite a bit of feedback on it. So I would expect it to stay the same. So as we've kind of told our clan, just kind of do what you can. You know, don't worry about spending money. Don't blow gems. You know, just play the game like you normally would and work on your champions, work on your clan boss. You know, just log in and do stuff every day. Just try to get some points. That's kind of, you know, our activity level. We're not a super competitive clan like a lot of the ones up at the top. We just want people to feel welcome and have a good time and enjoy the game. That's kind of what we have. We have more of a community environment where, you know, we're not going to kick anybody out because, oh, you only scored, you know, 100,000 points. So we're not really into that there. But it's a, you know, good time for us. And like I said, it's just something to do for us that gives us more items and things in the game. We have a lot of free-to-play players in our clan who the milestone rewards really help out. So it's great that they can get that. But, you know, as always, guys, let me know what you think about Clan vs. Clan. I know a lot of people have different opinions on it. Let me know if you've been participating. I know there's some clans that aren't even doing it this time. They're just like, we're not, you know, boycott, whatever. You know, they just don't feel like doing it, so they're not. But, you know, we're participating, and like I said, just kind of doing it. Win or lose, we get the milestone rewards and try to help some of the lower level people out with getting some stuff for their accounts. So that's, you know, kind of how that works there. But that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to kind of jump in and cover the new patch real quick, kind of give you guys a rundown of what's going on. Remember, we got the 10X coming up this weekend. If you're looking for a Maneater, I may pull for Duchess. I'm not quite sure yet. I have about 30 Ancients saved up just from Clan Boss and playing the game, and a couple of Voids here. I've got 2 Maneaters, so I don't really need him. I run an unkillable comp and Clan Boss. But it's tempting to pull for Duchess because I'm at the point, like I said, where I'm going to try to start pushing higher in Arena, and I really don't have that meta Arena champ like a Duchess, like a Hegemon, etc. That would be really kind of nice to get here, but again, the chances in 10X are kind of low. It's not always the best idea to pull, but there are some pretty crazy good champions on the list this week. So again, yeah, let me know if you're going to pull for that, guys. Let me know what you think about Clan vs. Clan. Let me know what you think about the new dungeons. You know, a lot of new stuff we've got going on this week, and then I believe next week we've got the Fusion, which I'm probably not even going to worry about, and then we've got some new champions as well coming into the game next week. So a lot of stuff coming in Raid. It's pretty crazy. I know a lot of people are not super high on a lot of the new content, but at the same time, it's a good sign when a game is getting this kind of development going into it. So hopefully we'll get some good things to come of that. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know, as always, any of your comments and thoughts. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave them down below, and I'll do my best to get to those as soon as I can. As always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks, as always, for watching, and I will see you again next time.